back to this special show, CNN-IBN Hindustan Times Indian of the Year 2009. Tonight, we are discussing nominees for the Indian of the Year in the business category. Dr. Amit Mitra, Secretary General, FICCI, joining us from Delhi. Geeta Piramal is with us from Mumbai, and Indrajit Gupta, editor, Forbes India from Mumbai, and Gautam Chikarmani, of course, is here with me in the studios. He's the editor of Hindustan Times. Talking about our next nominee, manufactures record number of motorbikes. This year, he's all set to sell over 4 million bikes. Geeta Piramal, if the award was for consistency, then Pawan Munjal would win hands down. Would you agree?
Oh, definitely. He didn't start with too many advantages. One must remember that. He grew up in the shadow of an elder brother who then actually died in an accident. And Bajaj Auto was leading. And I mean, from that position about 15 years ago to today, I mean, there's a sea change. And then let's come to fast forward slightly. In 2006, they unveiled 4 new models, some variants, decided to set up a plant in Haridwar, and just when you think that boom times are coming and double-digit growth, right. You have India tumbling, and from that position to really discover new segments, new customers, look at the rural markets, look at women, look at youngsters. And just right. Proving that a good strategy is a good strategy, whether it's in good times or bad.
Right. Of course, the numbers speak. Consistently performing 21% growth 2009-10 is what is expected. A huge surge over the others. Next nominee is, of course, C.K. Pradar, tops the Thinkers 50 list. In fact, it's a global list of management gurus. Indrajit, he has certainly transformed views of boardrooms across the world.
Yes, Karma. I think management ideas come and go. A lot of them end up as fads. This is one idea, I think, which is a big idea, and it's gone from strength to strength.
Right.
Think about it. In 1998, when I think C.K. Prahlad first wrote about the whole concept of the bottom of the pyramid, right. The idea was rejected by management journals across the world. Today, I think in 2008, I think Bill Gates talked about creative capitalism. He referred to C.K. Prahlad's book. GE, Nokia, Unilever, Procter & Gamble, these are all companies across the world who are now looking at C.K. Prahlad's work and actually going ahead and putting it in place, creating new innovative business models that work in emerging markets. I think it's a very, very powerful idea.
Right, but Geeta, you're more impressed by his current work, isn't it, the latest work?
Absolutely. People have been struggling with the idea of what innovation means, how do you get that into an organization, right. And create some money out of it.
Right.
And really, after 20 years of management gurus fluffing about it, you really haven't got a
right.
good theory.
Right.
But C.K. Prahlad in Age of Innovation actually developed a framework for the first time, right. Which I think is a very, very robust model.
Right, okay. Our last nominee, but certainly, as they say, not the least, R.H. Patil, the man who transformed the stock market, brought it to our doorstep. So, Gautam, should a visionary get the award this time around?
Why not? He is the man who's brought capital markets to the doorsteps of so many millions of investors. He is the man who broke the backs of the brokers. There was a broker mafia operating on the Bombay Stock Exchange by giving competition to BSE, but not necessarily competing on its own terms. Right. Patil was able to expand the number of brokers by using technology, take these terminals across India, lower the brokerage rates to a fraction of what they used to be, right. Provide far greater transparency right. to the entire system so that you know what price you're buying, right. which share at.
Right. So he certainly brought in a revolution. So Dr. Mitra, would you also give it to a visionary?
Yes, absolutely. I think he's a good contender. We need to understand expansion of the capital market.
Right.
For the common investor is very critical to the future of India.
Right.
And that's what he's contributed in a transparent manner. Right. I think he's a tremendous competitor with all your other important nominees.
Right. Right, I guess that's all the time we have for. In fact, I can squeeze in 5 seconds each of your final words, starting with you, Gautam. Who should this award goes to? Your choice.
I think the Satyam Revival team, because they brought in a great amount of credibility, efficiency, and speed into a crisis that could have just bombarded out of proportion.
Okay, and Geeta?
Manjal, definitely. A ray of hope.
Okay. Okay, you go with Pawan Munjal. Indrajit, who do you go with?
I'd go with Professor C.K. Prahlad for the impact, the sheer impact that he's had on the...
Right. Dr. Mitra?
I think I have a close contest between the Satyam team, its integrity and fabulous work, and after all, oil and gas is a very important shortfall in India. So I'd like to see a very close contest between these two teams, not individuals. And that will be a real new thing that you would do for India.
Certainly spoken like the man who watches the Indian economy very, very closely. With that, we come to the end of the show. Thank you so much for joining us and taking this big debate forward. That's it on the show. Log on to IndianOfTheYear.com. Remember, voting lines are open. Vote for the person who changed your life. And finally, as we end the show, here's a look back at the Business Person of the Year 2008.
I humbly accept this award on behalf of all my colleagues at HDFC Bank. I'd like to thank the jury and all those people who voted for me. Most of all, I'd like to thank my wife and God for His blessings. Thank you.